Hey friends, it's Tanya Smith here of Get Noticed with Video, and we're doing Get Noticed with Video Live. This is our weekly live stream where I enjoy sharing practical tips, advice, strategies, tactics for you as a service provider to leverage more on camera and live video to build your business. So, we're going to talk a little bit about a topic tonight that I love talking about. And I actually have some gadgets to kind of showcase for you. And I think what I'll do is I'll even showcase for you some potential or recommended gadgets from my gear page. So, the question we're going to answer for this evening is this: what are the top three tools? What video tools do I need that are essential? And what's the bonus when it comes to preparing to do my own Facebook Live or any type of live streaming, but primarily Facebook? That's where we focus our attention. So I just want to say good evening. Let me check in and say hello. There's my friend Nicolette. And while we're waiting on others to join us, I will go ahead and share my really quick intro video and I will be right back. I'm excited to talk about this topic and I hope that you're excited to ask questions because you can leave those questions right here in the comments and I'll make sure I respond as best I can. Okay, see you in a few minutes. All right, everybody. Again, welcome back. I'm Tanya Smith, and this is Get Noticed with Video Live. This is our weekly live stream where, again, we talk to our friends who are in the service provider community. I want to say hello and welcome to all my buddies that are logging in from different places. So, whether you're on YouTube, if you're on my Facebook business page, or if you're watching from inside of my favorite place online, the VIPs community, I'm going to say hello to all of you. Hi, Deborah. And there's Nicolette. Nope, there's Marie, because we said hi to Nicolette a few minutes ago. Hi, Marie. And hello, Miss Nicole. I'm loving that hair color, girl. Very cute. All right, so here's what we're going to do. As usual, what I try to do is to share with you some information that is a valuable takeaway that you can use right now. Like as soon as you get off of this live stream, I want you to be able to use this advice and these tips that I'm sharing with you. Before I do that, let me just remind you that if you're not already a subscriber, you can certainly subscribe and make sure you get notifications each and every time we go live. How do you do that, you might ask? Well, one way, if you're on YouTube, is to click the bell. The bell will tell you or send you a notification each and every time I go live. And you can actually plan it out because I go live on Tuesdays at 6 p.m. Central. But you can also get a reminder if you're on Facebook. The easiest way, I'm trying to direct people to a really easy way to do this since we're not doing text messages anymore, but go to tanyasmith.live. If you go to tanyasmith.live, that is my Facebook watch page, and there's a little bell just like there is in the YouTube space. So I am super excited that I get to be here with you every week and to say hello and also to share some goodies. And like I said, I have a little demo or display that I'm going to showcase for you because we're going to talk about 3 video tools that really will help you to do more successful Facebook Lives. Now, one of the reasons I want to talk about this is because it's going to be leading up to, since today is September 1, it's going to be leading up to something that I'm really excited about towards the end of this month. We have not pinned a date yet, but there's some reasons why. But at the end of this month, we'll be relaunching our fabulous live stream liberation lab. We've added lab because this is going to be kind of a workshop for me and for those of my members who are wanting to join and to participate to learn how to create your own live stream show. So we're going to break down all the details and get you all set up. We're probably going to do it in half a day. like we've been doing some of our other workshops, because it works out really well where you get to have results immediately that you can start applying in a full-blown strategy. So that's what we're working on right now, is our live stream liberation. Now, why does that connect to the topic at hand? It connects because if you're going to be doing more live streams, one of the things that you and I have to talk about are video tools. Here's the thing, when you first start doing video, a lot of us, I'm going to say me too, tend to go out and buy all this equipment, and we ultimately have this like graveyard that we've set up in our house where we got all these tools and all these pieces of equipment to do video, but we haven't done a lick of video, right? So that's part of what we're going to talk about with live stream liberation and creating your blueprint and creating your roadmap. But I want to hand you off the tools that you need so that you can go ahead and get ready for the end of the month, right? Is that a deal? Okay. I also want to go ahead and acknowledge a few other people. So if you are joining us and you are in the either the group or the Facebook page or on YouTube, feel free to say hello, because I'm watching so that I can acknowledge and say hello back. All right, let's dive in. So in this weekly live stream, as I mentioned, I really do cater to more service providers. So we're going to talk about service providers primarily. Some of the tips that I'm going to give you and the tools that I'll share with you would be appropriate if you're trying to do more professional videography. But really, my goal is to simplify all of this, because I just want you to focus on video enough so that you are creating the right type of conversation spaces to meet more clients and to work with and serve more people. That's the goal. It's not for you to become a videographer. So some of the things that I'm going to speak about and the way in which I approach this topic may be different from what you've heard from other people who are like video marketing geeks. And again, the reason for that is that it's about simplifying. And if I can do this and I can be on every week for over a year, then you can do this too. But it's a matter of making sure you're streamlining and not going overboard and overcomplicating your budget and your tools. Okay. So before I do that, I need to do a shout out to my friend Lou Bortone. Lou is going to be hosting a video a day challenge. Now, Lou and I have known each other forever, but he is like the godfather of video marketing, and he does know all the advanced level strategies when it comes to videos, and he creates, animated videos and all kinds of really fun stuff. You can definitely learn a lot from him. So I'm going to make sure that I share his link before we leave here today. But I just wanted to make sure to say that. Also, one other thing is our Let's Go Live challenge for the month of September. It is no longer free, but it's still highly affordable. And it will be hosted on September 21st, and we will run it for 5 days as we usually do. So that's it for announcements. So the question is, how do I choose what is critical when it comes to video tools to do a more successful Facebook Live? So there's three. There's three things that I want you to really focus on if you buy nothing else. And I mean this because you literally can get away with just these three things if you're trying to do more live streams. The first one is probably going to be really obvious to you because you're looking at me and I'm looking at it. It's a webcam. A webcam. You absolutely need to have a webcam. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually show you the one that I have, the one that I'm using right now, and I'll show you some alternatives. So what we'll do is I'll break each of these tools down based on essential versus bonus. Okay, so the essential means, yeah, this is probably something you need if you're serious about doing live streams. And the bonus is, this is a nice to have, but you don't necessarily have to have it in order to do well. So I'm going to pull up my, a couple of things. I'm going to pull up my Amazon page because I definitely want to show you what I actually use. And then I'm going to pull up my gear page. I have on my website a gear page, and it has recommended tools, so recommended equipment, as well as recommended apps that you can use for software. to promote your videos, to distribute your videos, to create your videos. We'll be adding a video click of the week each week, by the way, in this month. And so I'll share more about these apps, but right now we're talking about tools. So let's get back on camera. So the first thing is, what's essential for you in this moment when you're trying to do lives? Now, as I mentioned, I'm focusing on you being someone who's fairly new to the game of video, not trying to become a videographer. I'm talking to service providers, okay? And I'm also talking to those of you who are probably doing more Facebook live streams than you are other spaces, okay? Because of that, that means that when you get the essential, the basic camera that you want to have, if you really want to look professional, is probably going to be a webcam that at least allows you to have 720 pixels or even 1080 pixels, okay? You can always downgrade, but here's the reason why. Facebook live streams will take you to the maximum of 720 pixels. If you're thinking about pixels, that's kind of like the quality or resolution of the video and what it looks like. So it's not all fuzzy, right? It looks more clear. You're looking at me right now through 720 pixel. And I am using what's called a C922 Pro webcam. It's a Logitech brand C922. So let me actually pull my screen up and I'm going to show you this as I kind of walk you through some of these tools. On my page at getnoticedwithvideo.com, you can go to gears. It's at the very top here, gear. And the C922 is this Logitech Pro camera right here. So I'm going to pull it up so you can actually see it. This is what it looks like, okay? And the reason why I like this particular one, this brand and this webcam is because it is super easy to set up. It's highly portable. It's not heavy at all. And it's really easy for you to make adjustments and to use for your webinars. Not webinars, but your live streams. Now, the importance of using something that's highly reliable. I don't know if some of you have been in some of my recent live streams over the past couple of weeks, but I have noticed a couple of glitchy things that have been happening for a number of different reasons. But the one thing that you can do if you're using a plug-in, and this plugs into your USB inside your laptop, okay? The one thing that I love about having this type of this webcam that you see on screen, is that it is super reliable. And I honestly have had this thing for probably now 2-3 years. I've had it for a long time. And I know that it will not glitch on me. Like when I put it on, sure, I'm going to have to go in and make some adjustments because initially it looks like it's a little green tinted, like I'm an alien or something. But that is due to my skin tone and the white balance being on. So if you have a similar camera, if you have a C922 Pro and you're a person of color like myself, this is something they don't tell you, whoever they is. That is that you need to be careful that you're not just going with the automatic adjustments that come with the webcam. Instead, go to the Logitech website. Go to the Logitech website, and what you're going to do is you're going to download software that they have on the Logitech website for your C922. This will make things so much easier. And let me see if I can actually show you. And good, thank you, Epic Shay. She said it's clear. Yes, ma'am, it sure is. And this is a basic camera. It's not super expensive or anything. We'll take a look and see. Good evening, Stacy. All right, and hi, Virginia. I see you there as well. Let me try to pull this up. I'm going to show you if it'll pop up. Let's see if it will. But I have this Logitech camera software. It's hard to see because it's a tiny, you can kind of see it right there. Let's see if we can blow it up some. We can't. Okay, but what this is, you see this is like a little window. This is software. If I put everything else down, maybe you can see it better. This is software that is the Logitech C922 Pro Stream Webcam Control. Here's why I like to make an adjustment here. because initially when you first turn it on, it's always going to default to an automatic white balance. And what I've noticed, especially with people of color, depending on your lighting and your surroundings, and for me, I had to test this out. I kept wondering, why am I getting this greenish tint? It was because the automatic white balance was on. So once I turned that off and made some adjustments, it helped with my color dramatically and it improved the look of my video. So I just wanted to say that to you because nobody ever told me that. And I had to play around with this and really kind of figure that thing out. But yeah, and so she's saying, thank you so much for this because I've been looking so orange when I'm live. Yes, you just have to figure out how to make adjustments to your webcam. Now, if you have a built-in webcam that you're using, honestly, that's if I were really telling you the truth and giving you the basics in terms of essential versus bonus, your essential is that you have a camera, period, right? So if you have something that is built inside of your laptop that works for you, great. By all means, use that if it works for you. But I can tell you, I've been through a whole lot of laptops. I usually use Windows. I don't have a Mac, so it may be different for Mac people. But for me, I've been through a lot of Windows computers, a lot. Like I switch them out every 1 or 2 years because I just go through them like water. But when I use the webcam that's built inside, because I always try to test it, it never has good quality. So if you're in that situation and you're trying to do live streams, the one thing that will really up your game is to at least invest in something like the C922. So for me, if I'm going to give you, again, honest, and I tell you level 1, level 2, level 3, I'm going to say level 1 would probably be go ahead and go with what you have as long as you are satisfied with the quality. Level 2 is going to be that C922, which I'm going to pull back up because I want to make sure that you see this, okay? So the C922 Pro webcam, this one is a 1080p, and this one happens to come with a tripod and a maintenance kit. The bonus is the tripod, but I will say, although you can mount this webcam onto your laptop, you'll probably have to rig it such that it will stay and not move around. So it is good to have a nice tripod, okay? But that's a bonus. Okay, I'm going to share another bonus with you too. Yeah, Marie says, I like that the camera doesn't shake when you type if you have an external camera too. That's very important. Yes. So she's saying because she actually has the camera mounted on something other than the laptop, if she's typing on the laptop, it's not moving the camera around like this, right? And giving people the shakes. Instead of that, they're seeing a clear, stable image. So that's a very, very good point. Hi, Sonia. All right. And someone's saying, I work on an HP that has great camera quality. Wonderful. And I have an HP Spectre. That's what I use. But my HP Spectre camera is not awesome. It wasn't awesome enough for me to do live streams. So definitely the C922 is my go-to. Now, if I were to tell you another bonus when it comes to webcams and cameras, the other bonus would probably be this. And let me type it in here, but it's my favorite. It really is my favorite. This is what I have. And I can't show it to you because right now it's connected, but not this one. This is what I use right here. So let me try to blow it up and see if I can get a bigger picture. Ooh, that's real big. They only have one left in stock because this is an older camera, but it does the job. So many of my prior lives that you've seen over the past several months, really, most of them I'm using this Canon DSLR camera. This is a bonus, okay? This is not a have to. Your have to would be either use what you have in your own laptop or graduate to the next level, get the C922 Pro. But this one is king when it comes to webcams. And the reason why I do love it, and Sonia, you just bought the C922. I can't wait for you to use it too so I can hear what you think. But this Canon Rebel T6i is an older camera. They have a T7i and they have several other Canons that have come out since then. I believe that Victoria who's also in my community, uses a Canon M50, right? What you want is a DSLR, not just any old DSLR. Let me tell you the importance of this and why I use Canon. I use Canon because it's super easy. They have created software that allows you to download. It's called the Eos Webcam Utility, the Canon Eos Webcam Utility. This is software on the Canon website that you can install to your computer, and they do have it available for both Windows and Mac now. But you can install that to your computer. You can plug in via USB that's provided with your Canon. You can plug that into your laptop, and if you have that software installed, it automatically turns your webcam or your camera into a webcam. And it is very nice quality. Trust me, if you look at any of the ones that I've had recently, you'll see what I'm talking about. Yes. Okay. So you have a Canon T5i with a Sigma lens. Okay. So one of the things that I've noticed with any of the generations prior to the T6i is that those older ones do tend to shut off because there's a built-in timer. There's something with Canon when you have the lens on for a certain amount of time where it will shut off. Even if you go into settings and you turn off the auto shut off, it's something that, from what I'm hearing and I've read, it has something to do with copyright or something else. I don't know. I don't know the real reason, but that was built into some of the older cameras. But I will tell you, it was doing that for me with my T6i before. Once I downloaded or installed that software that I'm telling you about, I didn't have that issue. So what you'll want to do is go to the Canon EOS Webcam Utility. Just look that up in Google, find the page, and it's going to tell you all the models that that software will work with. And just do some experimenting before you go out and invest in another camera. All right, so that's my favorite. And that is the number one thing, if I had to tell you anything that you really, really, really need to have to do a good, high quality Facebook Live, it really is about the camera. Okay, so camera is number one of the trifecta. Okay, let's see. We need to get to number two. So number two, the second thing besides a webcam that you definitely want to make an investment in to do high quality live streams, and especially if you're joining me later this month for Livestream Liberation Lab to start your own show, you want to invest in a good quality microphone. Now, some of you have reached out and told me, hey, I'm not using a laptop anymore. Now I use an actual, the towers, the old computer towers. Well, now they have new and improved that are like fast and all this, the bells and whistles, right? But what you're going to want to test out is, do you have capability in your setup if you don't have a laptop and you're using, the desktop version and the tower and all that other stuff? Do you have a mic? Do you have any place where you can speak into it and it's going to give sound to other people? Like, you need that. They need to hear you and not just do a silent movie. Nobody really does those. Okay. So microphone is key. Now, if I were to tell you essential and then bonus, like we're trying to break it down, the essential would be, again, start with what you have, test out your own laptop or whatever equipment you're working with, test it out and see if your microphone is quality enough. Can people hear you clearly? I think you can hear me pretty clearly, but I'll explain why in just a minute. So test that out first, whatever you have, start there. Next level is going to be, and this is real simple, and let me show you again on my website. I'm going to go back to, we'll move this up there so you can see it. Okay, so this is my gear page. Remember, if you go to getnoticedwithvideo.com, you'll see all this stuff here. So this is called a lavalier microphone over here on the far left. And what this lavalier microphone does is it literally will just attach to your shirt. And the best place that I would suggest for you to attach it is right directly underneath your shirt, maybe to like your bra. Okay. Get it somewhere to where it's positioned close to your chest so that people can clearly hear you as you're speaking. It works wonders. Nobody will see it when you're doing your live stream. You've got it connected into your laptop and you have it attached to someplace on your shirt or chest area. Okay. Now, notice the cost. I just need to blow this up because I need you to understand how simple this really is for you to purchase. It is $19.99. It's $19.99. It's 20 bucks, less than 20 bucks. So if you're really in a pinch and you're not quite ready yet to commit to doing lives, or you're like, you know what, my budget is not right now, because a lot of people are in that situation, trust me. Now, the holidays are coming up, so I want to give you a bonus tip in a second, but this would be the level two. If I were giving you level two, I would say go get a lavalier mic. This is sufficient for you to do Zoom calls, all these other things you've been doing anyway. You can use a lavalier mic and that will improve your quality by leaps and bounds. Trust. Just try it. 20 bucks. But the third and final thing I would show you, and I have my little box because I'm actually using mine right now. Let's remove that. You can see it, kind of. This is my Blue Yeti microphone. So I have my box. I'm going to show you. This is a beast. Okay. This is the Blue Yeti. I have one that's gold because I like the gold color. It went with my color scheme. I know it's a little bright here, but this is my favorite. It comes with a mount that you can put on the desk and it's very heavy. So it's not easy to port around without damaging it. I mean, it's sturdy and it's rugged, but when I was traveling a lot more before, I did not take this, but I love it. It's my favorite. Let me show you what I started out with though, so you can laugh. When I first upgraded, I upgraded to a blue snowball microphone. I love these. I don't know why. I just love the look. It's like old timey, like the old timey radio broadcasters, right? I used this because I was doing podcasting and it gave me really great quality sound. Right? But then I moved on because it stopped working. I used it too long, too much. And I moved to the Blue Yeti. Now, here's the tip. During the holiday season, especially when Black Friday is coming up, you're going to find that Blue's website always has a really ridiculous sale. So if you're in the market for a microphone, you might want to wait until it comes closer to holiday time and start looking for the sales on the blue.com site. Plus, you can find them, of course, at Best Buy and probably on Amazon. But go to the Blue site and you'll probably find some really good deals. Now, as far as portability, I do have this one. I know a lot of people, by the way, as a competitor to the Blue, like to use, excuse me, the Rode microphones. And I've heard a lot of people have some really good experience with them. Since I haven't and I haven't used them, I can't speak to that, but that's something else for you to check into. Here's my portable one. This is another microphone. This is called an Apogee. And so this one literally packs up like this. I have a little kit or a little container, a case that I can put it in. Very portable. And this is the one that when I travel, this is the one that I take with me. This also has a connector that attaches to my iPad. So I can have like a little road show going, right? So my iPad, and I have the big iPad, along with this are perfect for doing lives on the go. So if you need something smaller that you can kind of port around, the lavalier mic that I mentioned is an option as long as it connects. So you have to look and see if you need adapters depending on how you're trying to connect it if you're on the go, right? If you're just sitting at your laptop or your desk like I am, you just plug the thing in. Plug it in where you usually plug in your headphones, and that's where you use the lavalier mic. Okay? So again, just to remind you, it's start with what you have. Your essentials would be starting with what you have, as well as going to the lavalier or lapel mic. And then you can upgrade later if you'd like to a blue or possibly a rodeo if you're interested in those, or Rode, not rodeo. All right, so Marie says, my Yeti 6 years old, and I'm wondering if it needs to be replaced. It's possible. I realized I had it turned around. Okay, so this is important, and you're right. So I was going to say or mention to you why my sound quality is so much better. One of the things you have to play around with when you have the blue is you need to position it exactly the right way. Okay, meaning that notice how I have the microphone, the bottom of the microphone, because I have it upside down, is pointing towards me. It's because it's a directional microphone. It sounds better, and because I use other software as well to help my sound remove background noises, but I want it going directly into the center of the microphone versus me having to like hover over it like this, like an ice cream cone. Okay. So you're going to have to play around with it, but always pull your instructions out and check out a few videos on YouTube. I might have to do one myself. Check out videos on YouTube so that you have the mic placed in the right direction. That will typically correct your sound. The other thing that I just realized not too long ago is I didn't have the gain up. There's a little button, there's a couple buttons on your mic. So get to know your equipment. If you invest in this stuff, you want to know what you bought. Okay. So there's a little button that's a gain button. And most of the experts out there will tell you just keep it all the way down and adjust everything else. But I realized the other day that I needed to adjust my gain up so that I would have better sound quality. And it has helped tremendously. So I'm actually going to be comparing tonight, along with a couple of other videos that I've recently done, to some of my older videos to really just do a double check and make sure that you can hear me very well. It should be good sound quality tonight. Yes, I do. Yes, gain and the directional button are key, Marie says. Correct. So make sure you get to know your equipment. Fall in love with it. You paid money for it. So understand what you have at your disposal so that you can use it to the max. And Virginia, yes, I have a pretty good size inventory, but I have this because I've adopted these things over time. That's what I want to try to remind you to be careful of, is don't go out and rush and try to buy a bunch of stuff because somebody said, hey, we're working from home now. We need to do Zoom, so go buy stuff. Be careful and invest wisely in research. Look at the ratings when you're going out to buy something on Amazon. I have done that homework. So if you go to my gear tab, you're only going to find stuff that I have used and I recommend. Okay, so let's go to the next thing. And the next and last thing is going to be the end of our trifecta. The end of our trifecta. I just did a whole video on this thing not too long ago, and this thing is lighting. Lighting is number 3. So your webcam, your microphone, and your lighting. If you have those 3 things, those are key. Those are critical to you having or doing an effective live stream. Yes, and I love that you're saying this. Thank you for this, because I buy all these electronics and get overwhelmed and just sit here. No, girl, hey, it's sort of like makeup, right? Like I would buy, let me go ahead and tell myself, makeup and hair products. If you went in my closet, my walk-in closet right now, most of it would probably be hair products that have gone there to die. Like I will never use them because I'm pretty happy with what I have that I know I use. But that's what we don't want to do with this kind of stuff, because this stuff is super expensive and it does add up. So we want to reserve that money for putting more investment into our business and getting results. Okay, here we go. So we're going to talk about lighting, and I want to show you, this is, if you can see it, I'm going to click on it. It's a Softbox Lighting Kit, but we're not going to go there first because I promised you that I would start with the basics. So let's start with the basics first. First, test what you have. I always say that. Test what you have. If your lighting in your room where you're doing your live streams works, then why are you going out and spending a ton of money? If it lights up your face Or if you're using a window, that's perfect. Depending on the time of day. Now, I'm usually in the evening, but depending on the time of day and the way your home is set up, look for natural lighting. If natural lighting works and that and a combination of the light switches that you have in your house right now can work, yay, no money spent. But if they don't, you may need to graduate. So here's the thing. And yeah, Marie said, that's me with makeup. Girl, yes. Makeup and hair products all day long. So I'm going to show you the next level. And again, this is super inexpensive. A selfie ring light can do wonders. Even if you don't have the big ring light. I have a big ring light. Let me see if I have it on here. I don't. Actually, yes, I do. It's right there. A ring light with a stand. So I have one that is like, it's a tripod with a ring light that's huge, that's actually lighting me up right now. But I didn't start that way. I started with a Home Depot, one of those metallic lights that you use for your garage because you're trying to see, if you're doing an oil change at home or whatever you're doing. Not me, my husband. But I bought a couple of those and just clipped them on in different spots until I saw that my face was well lit. So my early videos, that's what I did. Those things, I think they were $5 or $10 a piece. Girl, I'm not playing. Yeah. Victoria said, oh my word, this ain't me. Self-sabotage about needing these things. Yeah, you don't have to have the top of the line everything. You can graduate to that. Use that as your reward for doing more videos. Okay. After you've hit a certain number of videos that you've done regularly, you've got your show going, reward yourself by upgrading to new equipment because you should be then attracting new clients. And if you have your strategy set up right, you're attracting people who are watching you, they're learning from you, and then they're going and investing in your courses, programs, products, and services. Whatever it is you're promoting, they're like, hey, I'm there for it because I know that she or he is going to provide good quality content that's going to help me. So keep in mind that this is all cyclical. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to show you is this. This is, I have, but it's too far away from me right now. Those Home Depot lights, I still have them. That's my backup just in case. But this is the next thing I purchased. It's a little personalized selfie ring light. See that? You can get these. You know what? We'll pull it up in a second. You can get these, but let me show you how this works. If I don't have too much lighting, I probably do. Yeah, it's really bright. See how bright that thing can get? You can clip this onto your phone and go live. I mean, like right there, there's a whole, this could be my live stream setup right here. So this is what I'm trying to tell you is that you don't have to do a whole lot of everything, okay? But this is really handy when you're doing the portable and you're doing the on-the-go lives. The other thing, or the next thing I'll show you, first let me show you this on screen. Let me pull it up so we can see how much it's costing us right now. Okay, $9.99, $9.99, right? So again, you can link to this for my thing. It is in stock on September 6th, so a lot of people are buying these up. Just know that. But this is super simple. It's very easy to use. I promise you, you will not go wrong with a selfie ring light. It has plenty of light, plenty. You saw me even just trying to do it right then. Now, the next one I would share with you, though, if you're trying to do the stand-up, then you're going to do like the stand-up ring light. I think this is the exact ring light that I have, the kit that I have. Now, this one graduated is $77, 78 bucks. But you can find this and see how it stands up. So mine stands on the floor, and right there in the middle, let me blow this up a little bit more for you. Mine stands on the floor, and right there in the middle, you'll see where it has the spot for you to connect your camera. Okay, so your webcam or your DSLR, you can just put it right in here. Then it also has these nice little filters. I realized again, because of skin tone, and this is something people of color, we got to think about these things. because of my skin tone, I couldn't just use all, whoops, I couldn't use the all white and I couldn't use the all orange. So I have half of mine white and half orange as the filters that I'm using. And that gave me the nice glow without over glowing. Like I didn't want to look like, oh, like she's got like fire face. So, so just kind of mix it up, you know, do some experimenting, see what works for you. Now, here's where you really going to graduate. I'm going to show you this in real time. Let me see if I can remove that because I actually have one sitting next to me. This is an umbrella kit. Okay. So hopefully you can kind of see this. This is an umbrella kit. And this is the part that's pointing at you right here, right? This is what the back of it looks like. And the reason why you would use an umbrella kit is, again, it gives you really high quality professional lighting. You can get the ones that have dimmable lighting so that they are dimmed a little bit or they brighten up depending on what kind of scene you're trying to create, what your background looks like. I like keeping mine really subtle. So right now I do use my ring light a little bit more, and sometimes I'll just use a simple lamp. Again, something to play around with. Now, if you were looking for those are also on my website, the Softbox Lighting Kit. Let me pull that up so you can see. It's the Softbox Lighting Kit, but again, it's not a have to. As a matter of fact, let me tell you, I barely use these now. Okay, I have two of them. One, it looks like, is currently 66 bucks. Actually, it looks like both of these two come for 66 bucks. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. But they do have the softbox lighting kits for your photo studio. Okay. So a lot of the video stuff that you'll find actually says photo on it because photographers and videographers use a lot of the same like crossover tools. But specific to your video, you can look for lighting that will make sure you're focusing on targeting your face. That's the key. Okay. That's the most important thing. You don't have to light up everything else. You just want to make sure people can see you well in the camera. Okay. All right. So I think that will do it. So I've given you some bonuses and essentials for everything. I don't see any questions, but I do see a lot of agreement with, hey, yeah, I need to look at that. So good. Please, please, please hear my heart on this. To have a fabulous Facebook live stream, it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to buy a lot of expensive stuff. It does mean you need to be particular about what you use so that you look like the professional that you truly are. What I'm trying to get right now is the link for Lou's program. If you're trying to do 30-day, I think it's a 30-day program, it's a video challenge a day. That is going to be at this website. I'm going to add this right now. That is Lou Bortone, my buddy's program, and it is currently free in the month of September. So jot that down, digibrand.online/VADS. I think the VADS is for video a days. I'm making that up. I don't know, but I think that's what it is. Okay. And then you can also make sure you're part of our community on Facebook. We're over on Facebook at Get Noticed with Video VIPs. That's where I share most of my love and affection online. It's also where you will see a full calendar of what we're going to be doing in the month of September. So our Let's Go Live challenge is coming up, where you do a 5-day challenge with us and get yourself on live video. We're going to teach you a system so you can do this more consistently. I know I have a couple of folks in the group that are doing this, and I'm so proud of you. Also, oh, Victoria asked a question. Those umbrella ones are so fancy. They are fancy. Yeah, if you buy one, you pretty much need two, because typically you're going to kind of do it at an angle like this on either side of you, not directly at your face, but like this. You're lighting up yourself in your space. So usually I would do I would do 2. Yes, I love your note. So it is true, though, that we will train folks how to receive us by showing up powerfully. Yes, 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 yes. And you're so welcome, Virginia. When you show up as powerful, okay? And again, you don't, it's not about you, not my community, becoming professional videographers, although you can learn that too. My focus is on you working on being a better entrepreneur in your space, but being able to be equipped and empowered to use video to market yourself in your space. That's the focus. That's where I am. So for me, it's about keeping things simple. So I hope that this has blessed you in some way and helped you to simplify and streamline how you use video tools. If I can be of assistance in the future, again, connect with us in the community. Make sure that you are following us. When you join the community on Facebook, you also join my email list so that you'll be getting access to the various discounts and programs and challenges and other stuff that we have coming up. So you are so very welcome. Thank you for joining. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Yes. Do you have an affiliate link for StreamYard so you get credit? I do. Thank you for asking that. Wow, how nice is that? So my affiliate link here, let me see if I can find it in my banners here. But my affiliate link for StreamYard is tanya.click/StreamYard. So if you're looking to find a live streaming platform for your business, this is the one. We just taught a class on this last week, and I think that all my students and attendees loved it. I'm getting requests for people to watch the replay. So if you need that, reach out and let me know. Or you can just go to getnoticedwithvideo.com StreamYard class, and you'll find that you can access the replay. Again, tanya.click/StreamYard. So thank you all for coming. Yes, Ethel, it's so good to see you, and Tanya and Pat. And you bless me as well. So that's why I come, because you're here and you ask for it. And so if I can provide something that will help you grow your business, you're helping me do the same. It's a win-win as far as I'm concerned. All right, y'all, have a good evening. And I hope that I connect with you very, very soon. At the latest, it'll be next Tuesday for our weekly live stream. All right, take care and have a wonderful evening.